In the previous lesson, we have integrated Stripe into our e-commerce application. So now when the user submits the checkout form, after that they are being redirected to the Stripe checkout page where they can do one of these two things. The first one is they will fill up the form entirely and the payment will become successful. Then in that case, they will be redirected to some URL X. And when they choose to get back, then in that case, the payment will marked as fail and they will be redirected to Y. So now let's get back to the editor and figure out how we will handle the order status when the payment is successful. So here in our views.py file, inside the method checkout, we have placed the success and cancel URL value. So when the payment is successful, after that, the user will be redirected to ecom/payment/success. And the session ID will be passed as a query parameter. And if the payment is cancelled, then in that case, the user will be redirected to payment cancelled. So basically, we need to register two new paths in our urls.py file. So let's add this path. So here we have added two new paths for payment success and payment cancelled. Now save this and let's get back to our views.py file. And here at the bottom, we will define our new method payment success. Inside this method, the first thing that we will do is fetch the order by using the query parameter session ID. And once we fetch the order, we will use the payment ID to retrieve the payment intent. And then we can check whether the payment created for the user has already paid that amount or not. And if the user has paid that amount, then in that case, we will change the order status to paid, as well as we will send the user an invoice. So now let's go ahead and do this. So here we have fetched the order in this line, and after that we have used the Stripe API to fetch the payment intent, and finally we are checking if the invoice amount as well as the amount paid by the user is same or not. And if this is same, then in that case we will send the user an invoice. Along with that, we will also change the order status. So here we have set the order status to paid, and after that we have saved the changes into the database. And we can send a mail in Django by using the send mail. Inside the send mail method, we need to pass a number of arguments let me show you how to do it. So inside the sendMail method, the first argument that we have passed is the message subject, and this one is our message, and this is the email from where the mail should be sent, and this is the receiver email, and finally the fail silently option will make sure that whether it should show any debug message or not. We can pass more than one recipient emails here. However, in our case, we need to place one here only. So now after this, what we will do is render a template which will display that the user order is successful. If by any chance the payment intent amount and the amount received from the user end is not equal, then in that case we will delete the order and redirect the user to the payment cancelled page. So our payment success method is completed. Now let's move to the payment cancelled method. Inside the payment cancelled method, we will simply render a template. Now let's save this, and we need to import the sendMail method. From django.core.mail, import sendMail. Now let's save this, and now we need to create two new templates inside our pages directory. Success.html and cancel.html. The first thing that we will do inside this template is extend our layout file app.html. Now let's copy this same thing here too, and So now inside the cancel.html, we are displaying the message, your order is cancelled. And in success.html, we are displaying your order is confirmed. Now let's save everything and we are ready to check it in our browser. However, before that, we need to set up our mail configuration in order to send emails from this application. For that purpose, we will be using Mailtrap. Mailtrap is a popular mail testing tool that we basically use during the development phase. And in the next lesson, I will show you how to set up Mailtrap in our Django application. And finally, after that, we will deploy this into Heroku.